Thanks for joining us from the Ohio AgNet, voice you know with the news you trust studio, sponsored by Grain Equipment Company, where innovation meets execution. I'm Dusty Sonnenberg. Well, cloudy skies, 29 degrees outside. The good news is there's no precipitation and the ground is freezing up and getting more solid. The bad news, this is as warm as it's going to be for at least the next 7 to 8 days. Hopefully by having more consistency in our temperatures, it should reduce some of the stress on the livestock. This quick programming note, be sure to tune in on Tuesday as Dale will get an update from the Ohio Corn and Wheat Growers Association. Taking a look at your agricultural headlines, cattle making livestock news. Now, it's normal for the feeder cattle market to rally in January and potentially even into February as the market takes that 2-week hiatus over the Christmas and New Year holiday. Afterwards, though, as long as the weather isn't a brute, buyers will normally flock to local sale barns to fill their orders and are eager to purchase long-weaned calves. It's likely this market norm will again be the case this year and potentially even more so than in, quote, normal years, whatever that is, as buyers realize the closer we get to turnout season, the more expensive grass calves are going to become. Now, we also need to be aware the first quarter of 2025 at some point will be when cattle imports from Mexico will open up again, and the calves that would have normally been imported in late November through December will be arriving. This will likely be noticeable in feeder cattle placements in the upcoming Cattle on Feed report, and we need to be aware of that as a factor. At this point, we have heard nothing regarding the Mexican cattle imports. On January 31st, the yearly cattle inventory report will be released, and last year the report revealed the beef cow herd at the start of 2024 stood at a record low 28.2 million head. It's expected this year's report will showcase an even lower number of beef cows, somewhere between 28 million head, but with the interest rates still high and the overall cost of operating still a burden on producers' profitability, cattlemen have been skeptical about either buying more cows or jumping back into the business altogether. Well, let's get an update on your Thursday weather forecast brought to us by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com.
Times of clouds and sunshine for the balance of your Thursday. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin. Quick forecast update for you here in Ohio. No major changes. We are dealing with cold air. That's going to be the thing that we have to deal with, honestly, every day for the next several weeks. It's January. I guess we should expect that, but the new year definitely bringing down some colder air out of Canada. Our next round of moisture here likely develops overnight tonight into tomorrow with a few flurries. Very, very minor on the precipitation side. And then late weekend into early next week, still looking at a major event trying to pass by mostly to the south. Potential for strong snows, heavy snows in central and southern parts of Ohio. I'm Ryan Martin.
Thanks, Ryan. Stay tuned. We'll be back to take a look at your markets after this. Did you know that soybean meal is the #1 protein source used in aquaculture worldwide? Global fish consumption has nearly doubled in the last 40 years, making aquaculture the fastest growing sector of food production. Rich in protein content and highly digestible, soybean meal is an environmentally sound solution to feed the growing global demand for nutritious seafood. Soybeans, feeding the industry that feeds us. Brought to you by Ohio soybean farmers and their checkoff.
In any year, your best harvest is only a few upgrades away. Seed Consultants exclusively serves the Eastern Corn Belt, combining our deep knowledge of local conditions with high-performing products fit for your acres. Most importantly, our customized services put our products and your business in a position to succeed. We help you start with better to grow your best. Visit seedconsultants.com to learn why our products and services are simply better.
Let's take a look now at how your market's closed, brought to us by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. Well, after the markets took some time off for the New Year's holiday, we find today's close with March corn closing up a penny at $4.59 1/2 cents. The December 25 new crop up 2 3/4 at $4.46 1/2 cents. January soybeans closed the day up a penny and a quarter at $9.99 1/2 cents, with November new crop beans up 2 3/4 at $10.28, and wheat for March closed down 5 3/4 cents at $5.45 3/4 cents. The July 25 new crop down a nickel, $5.64 1/2 cents. On the livestock side, February live cattle ended the day up $2 at $193.60. February lean hogs closed down 15 cents at $81.15, and feeder cattle for March closed the day up $3.22 1/2 cents, $266.20. Class 3 milk for February ended up 11 cents higher, $20.49. You're listening to the Ohio AgNet.